Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Onward Master League 1. We are going to watch some G-Men versus SEAL Team Bravo, a new up-and-coming team in the league this season. I am your host, Triple Nipple, and I'm joined by my co-caster, NightFiree. How you doing tonight?
I am excellent. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this this matchup. We were just kind of chatting it up offline, and SEAL Team Bravo have been looking pretty good this season as a squad. Definitely a team that needs to be observed, and they're going to be going up against G-Men, who have also been looking very good this season.
Yeah, they definitely remind me a lot of like Mayhem last season, where they were up-and-coming team. They play well, they coordinate their plays, they communicate, and it's really fun to watch them play because it's it leans more to the military side of the milsim game versus like Danglers or some other teams that kind of just run around and shoot people. They're good at it, but it's not coordinated.
Yeah, the individual chaos, if you will, that individualistic play style does work for a lot of teams where they don't necessarily rely on each other being synced. They more rely on that individual talent and skill set succeeding. But yeah, this STB team, they have been looking very, very synced up, and I think they're going to give G-Men a pretty good run for their money. I think we can take a look at the rosters. Coming in from SEAL Team Bravo, you have Raz, Cool Breeze, 4Q, Seth Bowden Gaming, Stay Calm, Diesel, and Drunk Drummer.
Drunk Drummer.
Drunk Drummer? Oh, yeah, okay. It's hard to read. His spelling made me drunk. And, that's a team that has some pretty seasoned players in the league. They've been around for a while, so I think they're just bringing that sort of knowledge on how to really run a good team and just kind of pulling everything together. They're in gold right now, and this is their first season. Yeah, this is their first season, and they're already a gold division team.
Yeah, and I think they're pulling in those team members, right, based on how they play together. It's not who's the best. They don't really care who's the best individually. They want a good working team, and I think they've got a pretty good lineup for that. But the G-Men lineup is also pretty standard. We've got the Man 404, Brass to Mouth, Dr. Leo Marvin, Zach Fontaine, Miracle Dev, Biggie Smalls, and Poopachu. So those are also some pretty big names in the league, and we've gone up against them once or twice, and they're pretty difficult to take on. So
that's a roster that's been around for a very long time, and when you have a roster that's been able to stay together for so long, consistency is something that's gonna be there, and it's not surprising that we're seeing G-Men do good this season. I think we got to get into our pick bands soon, though, huh, Trip? Because they're looking like they're about ready for the action.
I think so, yeah. We got everyone in the lobby, so we'll go over the pick bands. G-Men are going to be banning Tanker today. I'm not really sure why. I guess SEAL Team Bravo is pretty good at it, but I feel like G-Men with their shield play also really good at it.
Yep.
But the SEAL Team Bravo ban of Cargo makes a lot of sense to me personally because I hate fighting the man and his shield on Cargo.
Yeah, G-Men have been looking super scary on Cargo. They've just really been embracing the close quarters maps lately. Suburbia has been a pretty common pick for the G-Men squad. It's something that they have been preferencing, and they've been looking good doing it. It's been they got some good strats worked out for Suburbia, and just off this first objective that we're going to be going to, I think we're going to see a west side push, 3 smokes covering the lane. They're going to try and get around the north side, apply pressure that way. You'll see the pressure also come in from the east at the same time. That's going to be my round 1 prediction based off of how these guys have been coming out on Suburbia and how synced they've been looking.
Well, SEAL Team Bravo, like you said, first season, so they don't have a whole lot of stats, but they have played Suburbia and won it both times. 11 rounds played, 8 rounds won, so not too bad. If we had individual player stats, you could look back and see these teams. Some of these players play this map and love this map. I know a couple of them are very good at it. Seth and Drunk Drummer being very good at it. from previous seasons on their other teams. But, you know, I agree. I think that's what we're going to see from G-Men. Do you think that they're going to run the shield on Suburbia on that western push that you were talking about?
Yeah, they've really been using the shield as a spotting utility, if anything. You know, not necessarily something that they're ducking behind, but something that, I mean, it was interesting watching him use it on Downfall, because they put a shield up on the top of a hill, you know, and it's just not a position you would expect a shield to be in.
Yeah, well, we're going to see what happens propping into round number 1 on map number 1. Take a look over at the G-Men offense. Do we have a shield? We do. The man carrying his shield.
Yep.
Poopachu with his LMG, as always, suppressing fire.
Stacked hard on the left side, making their way up past the APC. And yeah, the man's going to be their point. He'll be charging forward, calling out anything he spots, but they're applying the pressure quick and thick over here.
Shots ringing out from Carport, not finding anything, more of a distraction. The man and Zach doing their stacked shield and shooter combo, waiting for someone to come around this fence, and Poopachu just standing behind him like, I want to shoot something too.
He wants a piece of the action.
He's like,
this is the prep for that smoked cross, though. You know, it's most likely what we're going to see come out here. And I just wonder if SEAL Team Bravo are going to be prepared for that. Seth definitely has eyes on. They got Cool Breeze who can react accordingly. He might even be able to push in for a flank opportunity if the moment strikes right. But I don't know. SEAL Team Bravo definitely tucked in and prepared for a variety of different potential pushes.
I really like Cool Breeze's I'm a bush strategy, where he's just waiting with that C4 in a bush. You know, the positions from Raz and Seth here, I don't know if G-Men are going to be ready for 2, because they're on both sides of that carry rail, so a nade probably wouldn't even get them both. But here comes the push to the Humvee.
Smokes are out and thick. Lanes 1 and 4 covered in smokes right now. The street pretty thick with smokes. The man's going to be trying to ID. Oh, that's a great angle on that one. That's going to block a lot of vision. 404 is able to get across. Zach Fontana able to get across. 404 coming out. Suppressive round. Poopachu with the nade.
Wow, that nade was right on top of him. But like I said, they're not going to be expecting 2 in that same spot, I don't think. Raz now peeking around the corner. Finds the man. Shield is down. Now they have to deal with the defender.
Great stick on Zach Fontana. Poopachu dumping down that suppressive fire. Finds Brastamouth actually with one on the backside. Cool Breeze was going for the flank. I think that's what happened. Cool Breeze was going to try and press around. He had that angle, and he was going to try and come in and rotate around. Really nice job defending that from Brastamouth.
Yeah, the G-Men, their setup with those smokes was really impressive, because you said there were smokes in 3 as well?
Yep.
So they threw them all the way over to 3, and then they all rotated back, and then they set a defensive position for Brass to watch that middle angle, the middle line, so no one could flank them. But they got over there really quick, and it worked out really well. Like you said, they got that rotation on the flank. Now Raz...
They must be using like 10 or so smokes right now, because they still have utility available from Poopachu.
Yeah, that's a lot of smokes.
I mean, it was like 2 on objective car, 4 over here on the street. It's a heavy utility investment there. 404 about to get into some issues. Oh my gosh, Raz just drops the angle.
Poopachu's walking with that smoke. Raz has to know that there's someone there because the smoke is moving.
And I think, if anything, it drew Raz's attention the opposite direction as 404 made the move.
Oh, the smoke runs out. Raz sees Poopachu's head, takes the shots, does not connect. 404 does have the shield. Oh, Raz should hear that. Oh, 404 is baiting him. And he gets him. Oh, that shield bait.
Meanwhile, opposite side, 4Q Brastamouth in a bit of a firefight. 4Q able to deny Brastamouth the rotation, a very important pick for him because now he can focus his attention at the other 2 remaining G-men.
Oh, Brass is calling him out still. There's the confirmation shots. Poop looking for the head. 4Q's in a pretty tough spot because if you don't know where these last guys are, they could be behind you. They could be anywhere. I mean, all it takes right now for a good cinch is for Poopachu to keep doing that, and oh my god, that grenade was so close. But if 404 takes his shield and just goes around the north sides of the houses, 4Q doesn't have any way to defend against that. He is backing off now into a much better position. He's assuming that the south side is clear.
It is a pretty big gamble on that front, but yeah, he thinks these are going to be the only 2 he has to worry about. Must be confident in the kill count. Their time's starting to run out, though. 45 seconds.
I think they're pretty confident in their kill count as well. They know they only have to kill 1 guy. But they didn't see him rotate. Poopa's not looking at him. Poopachu goes down.
Really nice move from 4Q, snagging himself a kill there. 404 is worried. He's got 28 seconds on the clock. He's got to do something here. Eyes on. He might see 4Q standing up here. He does, and a nice headshot gets G-Men around 1.
Oh, man. If he had just watched the angle towards the objective and not stood up. Those peaks, man. Those nervous peaks. That's what gets you. A really nice round 1 going to G-Men.
No kidding.
Man.
You know, you said it. This is going to be a good matchup. It's why you picked it up, and I'm glad I'm tagging along because that is an awesome start to this series. I expect an equally impressive Marsoc round from SEAL Team Bravo.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I don't have enough info, though, to, like, think about what they're going to do. I mean, what G-Men did there was a pretty standard approach until
I called
the point.
It, right? To the T, that's exactly what they did. Smoked the streak, applied pressure on the other side, had the shield over there. Like, if you know these things, if you watch the game, they should have really been expecting that. I think they were, and that's why they were able to defend as well as they did, but...
Yeah, I guess normally you don't really see one team opt all 5 on that push. You know, you normally see like 2 on the bus side, and then, but you know, sometimes you got to just throw a curveball, right?
They had one over on sort of on bus side. He had smoked the objective car with 2 smokes, and then rotated around. So, you know, he was there for a second, but yeah, usually you just don't see a full 5-man investment in very many strats at all on any map, really, you know?
Well, let's see what the SEAL Team Bravo does on their split. Watching those early angles, Cool Breeze definitely looking at the playground, seeing if anyone kind of pushes up to the bus. I don't think G-Men's going to get that aggressive.
Yeah, but it does look like SEAL Team Bravo are just sort of prepped for an aggressive move from G-Men. You see Seth here covering what would be a pretty hard push into Courtyard, but I guess the concern is there for this team.
You know, these are all veteran players on the SEAL Team Bravo side, but I don't know how many of them have actually played a team like G-Men.
Right. Good point. Definitely going to be patience here on the G-Men's side. Take a quick look at their defensive setup because it is widely different than what SEAL Team Bravo were putting up here. I mean, it's like a totally polar opposite almost. Wow, this is interesting. 4 stacked up over on objective side. They're really almost forfeiting the West, wouldn't you say?
I mean, yeah, but personally, I think you got to protect the objective. They can't cap from the west side. I mean, you know, that's what you got to yell at your team sometimes, right? They're like, hey, I see a guy over here. I'm going to peek it. No, they can't camp from there. Just because they're there doesn't mean you have to shoot it. Here comes that. Oh, man. Oh, it still got him. Wow.
Bullets go through bushes, so do the explosions and nades, and Zach just wasn't able to tuck in behind that barrier he had close enough, but he's down, so he has perfect comms right now. What's clear, he can just watch that lane.
He's going far west. One behind Humvee, lane 1.
There are the confirmations from Raz. Let's see, did G-Men rotate their defense? It doesn't really look like they moved out of position. They just turned their attention.
They're not too concerned. And honestly, this is 2 smokes that have been invested by the SEAL Team Bravo team that aren't terribly effective.
Frag onto black car, spawn, nobody there. The man's position, honestly, very known if you play this team. He's been there pretty much every time that I've seen them take this objective. So a little bit of research might help the SEAL Team Bravo. I think Cool Breeze knows he's there and is trying to find him through.
Brad might be finding an angle pretty soon here. Brass to mouth. If he's not careful, could get scooped up through the shrubs.
Daycom looking through those bushes over towards the man's position. I'm pretty sure he can see him. He just can't hit him because of that K-rail.
There's Raz finding Brass to mouth through the shrubs. This is G-Men in a very bad spot. SEAL Team Bravo are slowly and methodically scooping up this G-Men defense, and it's now a 5v3. They're all positioned on this front lane, ready to pounce.
Now they know positions of 2 of the G-Men. Cool Breeze finds Poopachu.
Gets into a little bit of exchange with the man as well, and the man did tag him but didn't get him down. Now it's all up to 404, and the man, they're tucked in. 404 shots out. Those don't land, and now he's jeopardized in his spot.
The man getting his squats in for the day.
404 in a very tough position right now. Seth has a perfect line of sight onto him. Cool Breeze, perfect line of sight onto the man. Neither one of these guys can afford to peek or poke out. It's honestly a time for SEAL Team Bravo to go in for a cap with some smokes, but I don't know if they have the utility.
Yeah, I don't know if they have it either, but they are on the north side. Shots should be ringing out from Raz, the white car. Cool Breeze takes down 404. The man can't find him because he's behind the K-rail, but he does have a C4. Wow, I didn't see that. He gets Cool Breeze with it. Now 4Q on the side. The man finds him with a headshot.
Good little move there from the man, using that cover, staying away from Staycom, also grabbing the kill and denying it. 52 seconds now. SEAL Team Bravo are going to find themselves in a similar position as G-Men, unless the man gets overzealous here and peeks out.
He's trying to rotate his defensive position while prone. Oh, that's risky.
It honestly is working. 30 seconds. Nope, Raz spotted him. SEAL Team Bravo coming in strong with the Marsoc round of their own, answering back against G-Men in a perfect fashion, and honestly, a little bit cleaner.
Yeah, they didn't have any issues getting around that west side. I mean, they got two members over there, and the one defender that G-Men had went down to a nade, and that's why, you know, that spot is just so risky, because even on the if you're on the other objective and you're defending the northwest corner, that objective, it's gonna get grenaded, right? No team has ever pushed across the street without grenading behind that car. I don't know why people go there. And now we're moving on to the burning house objective.
This is going to be a fun one. Based off of how that, I mean, normally that north objective is not very engaging, but that was an exciting two rounds right now. I'm really interested to see how the pressure gets applied as we dive into round 3 on that burning building objective.
Yeah, I think G-Men are thinking cap here. Because they've got that overwhelming aggressive push with the shield, and this one's just so capable. You get smokes on the playground side, you put a shield on the 4 side, and you just make them panic, pick them off, and then they're gonna have defenders that are off of objective because you can only stuff so many people into the burning porch, right? Cool Breeze puts a C4 out. Ooh, finds one at the back of the Humvee. Does not get the confirmation though. Oh, but that frag might. That frag goes a little too long.
How did that not catch 404? So fortunate. Brastamouth may be able to get up here and get this res. Another nade comes in right onto Zach, who just tucks around in time. Smokes are thick here on Seth right now, and I think 404 recognizes that. I was wondering if he was going to apply the pressure now, but these smokes are going to be gone soon.
404 finds Seth. Poop takes Cool Breeze down with another grenade.
How did that get him?
I think he was standing up. He had to have been standing.
Yeah.
Man. The grenades right now. Stay calm. Walking across. Gets one. Very aggressive position. Looking through the bushes. Can't find another. Poopy coming around the north side. Stay calm in a really tight spot. He goes down. Poopichu finds 4Q. A grenade goes on to Brass, but Cool Breeze shoots him first. The man on the side goes down to the C4 and Zach. 2 down, 1 C4. Raz rotating in for the confirmation and the cleanup. Poop's gonna go for it. Raz needs to get a little bit more aggressive.
You got there in time.
Wow. Cool Breeze rotating to the tank. Finds the man.
Poopachu with a huge pickup onto Raz. Raz at a really nice angle right there. 4 minutes left in this round, and we're down to a 1v2.
I cannot believe that Poop made it past there. What was that? Cool Breeze misses them both, and Poopachu finds him.
Crazy round right there. G-Men coming in fast. That was a 2-minute round. Only had to invest, I think, 3 smokes in their initial push, so they still had utility left when it came time at the end there, and they started to smoke objective. That forced some rotations. The C4, almost the downfall of G-Men there. Lucky that they were able to get that rotation, snagged that res. Crazy, great job from SEAL Team Bravo defending. Fun round, man.
Yeah, that was really good. SEAL Team Bravo was moving a lot, which I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing, because this objective is really hard to defend from on it, so you have to defend from away from it. And, you know, if someone goes down, you fill in their spot, blah, blah, blah. Everyone knows how the game's played, right?
Right.
But
I don't know. We're drawing in new folks.
We are drawing in new folks.
It's important to be.
Speaking of which, thanks everyone for joining us. Everyone in chat. I see even the man himself, Dakin Man, is here hanging out in chat. We've got everybody.
Yeah. He's running the socials. How else do you think that Twitter bot knows how good maps is?
Honestly, I had no idea how that. I thought it just picked stuff. You know, it's AI. It just,
like, wow,
it just writes its own stuff.
You think that we have a Twitter account that's AI? Some sort of, you think we are? It's a supercomputer. Dak has got a supercomputer running in the back that's managing Twitter and Onward clips.
Well, that new bot that Durafin has in chat, the clip bot, is awesome.
That's
if you haven't seen that, if you just say clip, it clips the last 25 seconds. Pretty fancy features. But we're hopping into round number 4.
I don't know what happened, but Zach threw a smoke.
Off the map.
A little disconnect here on the G-Men defensive setup.
Yeah, they're a little behind in their positioning, it looks like, right? They didn't get everywhere right away.
Yeah, they're lucky. SEAL Team Bravo slow playing this one.
There's a C4 by the Humvee in the playground here. Somewhere in that smoke. I think that's why the smoke's there, so they could block that C4 toss. The man in the center house going around. Where's he going? Nope, going back upstairs. We've got Raz and Cool Breeze pushing in from the west side.
Stay calm, 4Q and Seth over on the east, and everybody's just inching their way in. You know, in comparison, there is a 6-minute timer on the round. You have 6 minutes to work with. You don't have to just sprint at the objective.
In the words of Ricky Bobby, if you ain't first, you're last.
Nades coming in. Not quite far enough.
Yeah, that's something you see from these higher tier teams, right? Immediately after someone shoots a refrag, literal frag comes out at the position. Oh, nice throw there. Gonna find, oh man. Brass getting super lucky on that one.
Just enough corner to keep him covered.
The C4 in the playground is probably going to spell a couple of downs for SEAL Team Bravo if they keep pushing up behind that Humvee. Where was that? C4? I'm confused where that one went off.
I think it was in the center. I do remember watching Brass toss one into over towards Humvee.
No, that one was from the man.
I know. It's well. Where is Brass's then? I wonder.
Brass's is right here. There it goes. Brass sets it off. Down Seth. And 404 with the confirm. Now Staycom's running up behind the house. Grenade going up and over. Oh, right on the Poopachu's position, but he's actually inside the house. Staycom comes around the corner, looking for Brass. They are inches away from each other. Zach finds him. Coolbreeze downs the man in center house. There's 2 members of SEAL Team Bravo left and 4 members of the G-Men still up. And a little bit uncommon positions from a couple of them, so I don't know if SEAL Team Bravo is going to be ready for Zach behind the tank here or Poop in the spawn house downstairs.
Poop should always be in the bathroom, never in your house downstairs.
What if it's not his house? What if it's someone else's house?
That's even worse.
You know,
what do you mean?
don't just go into random people's houses
okay,
and poop in the living room? No?
I guess. Well, there's a poop in the living room right now, I'll tell you that.
Man, I just wish I was as tall as Zach and I could look over that tank and not hit the side of it when I fire. Advantages, man. Advantages. Oh, rotation coming out.
Advantages? What do you mean?
Oh, we're not getting into this short person argument here, are we? Cool Breeze rotated around to the school bus.
6'4" person, okay.
It's an extra, like, foot, almost.
I know, man.
You can see over everything.
I can get shot over everything. Nades coming in from Cool Breeze up and over. Is it going to do any... No, it doesn't. Doesn't quite get up over the top of that roof.
It's a hard throw. You got to practice that one.
Yeah. There's so much arc that you don't normally have to get out of your nade.
Yeah, you definitely can't do that one if you have a ceiling fan.
Raz and Cool Breeze looking good though here. Raz might find 404 unexpected. He does. Brass him out with a quick response. Cool Breeze's turn now to try and find Brass.
Cool Breeze finds Brass, but in a trade, and Zach finishes him off.
Not as, well, I think there, Steel Team Bravo just lost a few earlier than they were anticipating. You know, they were slowly making their way up, and then, you know, as you get closer to objective to then lose one or two, it just makes it so much harder to work with. And, you know, they tried to come back, tried to muster some moves around. They couldn't quite get the nades they needed, and G-Men just kind of hanging on to that one. But Steel Team Bravo now with same objective, same defense, maybe able to get back on the board. A lot of possibilities here.
They did have to invest a lot into the center house to deal with the man. Even if he hadn't been there, they still would have had to invest those players there. But he picked up one, I believe, maybe two. Cannot remember. But when your guy goes down in a trade, then you have to worry about whether it's actually a trade or not, and you still have to clear the house. Honestly, trades are worse because you can't have your kill count, in my opinion. Round 5.
We'll try and say it at the same time next time for round 6.
Oh, the man getting really, really pushy. Coming up around the side of the bus already with that shield.
Bit of a quicker pace on the G-Men side here, getting up into this position. It was about 4 minutes on the clock when SEAL Team were right here.
What is the tank objective now? So the defensive positions are a little bit more held back.
True. Don't need to be as concerned about losing that corner.
Four making it up. What side of the map am I on? Let's see. West? Yeah, okay. West side. I don't think I've ever used west and east on Suburbia.
Man taking some shots here throughout the C4 detonation on the corner.
Yeah, they're really practiced with that shield and baiting the other team into doing things.
Okay, that looks like left defense, probably bottom floor, left side, or east side, I guess. Left defense,
Man, calling out those positions to his team, and they move into position to get those shots off.
It is an absolute war zone here. Tons of pre-fire coming out here, and now comes nades.
That's such a long throw to make from the front of spawn house to where the man is. And it's so risky because you have to expose yourself to get that throw. You can't throw it from inside the house. Nade coming under. Oh, I thought that was on top of it. Poopachu just pre-firing through those bushes. 404 finds Cool Breeze from lane 2. Now Raz is looking for him.
Yeah. Saw that laser draw right over the head of 404.
404 gets another call out, calls out Stay Calm at the trash can. He's probably going to die pretty soon because the rest of the team's going to rotate. Borku finds Zach, but the man... Oh, he's not resible. Down and out. Now,
Wow, that's a great smoke onto the old location. of 4Q. Is it going to be enough to allow Poopachu to push up onto tank? Seth not reacting here. Pad out. He is now. He hears it. He's looking around, finds the backside of Poopachu.
Oh, that's so lucky. 4Q finds Brass the Mouth in the bottom of the center house. Raz trying to find 404, but can't get those shots out the window. Raz needs to stay tucked in and look back at objective at this point.
SEAL team are doing a great job of defending this right now. They have had some really good rotations from 4Q. Seth doing a great job of denying the cap on objective, the sneak attempt there.
The man lost his shield on the corner and had to run to grab it. Goes down to Seth. 4Q finds 404 on the other side of the map. A great defense. 4 up still.
It's exactly what they needed. You know, a strong defensive round. They had 4 left alive. I think they were well aware of that. That's a really good confidence booster, and if you can ride that momentum going into this next round, you know, who knows what's possible for SEAL Team Bravo here. Tank objective is not exactly the easiest to defend.
I mean, we just saw a cap almost happen under the nose of 4 defenders, so it's very volatile. But I can't say, after playing a match against SEAL Team Bravo, they don't seem to get very tilted. They seem to just do every round like it's its own round, and they don't carry over that, oh, we're down 3-1. Like that doesn't matter to them.
Right. We are certainly taking our time between rounds now, you know, with SEAL Team Bravo making sure to utilize the entirety of this minute and a half to try and make sure that the strategy that they are coming in to this objective with is sound and solid and understood by all, because like we've said, the SEAL Team Bravo team really does rely on their cohesion if they want to be successful. It's a good thing to rely on, and if you have it, it's going to make you a very dominating team, and I think it's why they've been able to battle against G-Men. Are you ready, Trip?
We're hopping into round number 6. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't hear. Did Seth call out that there was someone capping when he killed him? Because, like, that's an important call out. Even if you killed a guy, letting the team know that there was someone there.
A cap denied.
Lets you know where you have to adjust your positioning. Like Raz in the center house should have then been looking at the objective because he needs to cover it because someone got there without him seeing.
Right. Yeah, I'm in agreement. I don't think there was a call out, but paid off for their defensive round, and now we're seeing a 5-man stack on the west side. I'm curious how this push is going to go, because you come at Tanker from a weird angle here.
Yeah, and it could go really poorly if Poopachu decides to peek that angle. I mean, he's got the LMG. He can lay down that suppressing fire out the window, and it looks like they're all just kind of waiting for him to peek, which I don't know if that's necessarily something I would do. You know, I'm pretty confident in my abilities, but I'm not going to sit and watch a window and wait for someone to peek their head into it, you know?
You know, honestly, I think Poopachu recognizes he doesn't need to risk that. You know, he's watching this window. He's holding his angles. He's going to rely on Brass and the man to handle any sort of entry into his building. It does seem to me that they have a super weak defense, though, on the west right now. They have no vision, no one watching the angles here. It's going to be a free move for SEAL Team Bravo to come up here, snag APC, and apply pressure from this APC side.
Yeah, but getting to APC, I think that's what Poop is watching. He's looking at the cross from Blue Building to APC from upstairs center.
Yeah, you're right. He does have the angle. A little bit of one.
But I don't know if it's early enough that he could save 404.
Right.
Maybe not. But again, all it would take is a little bit of smoke to deny that visual that they could make that cross to APC, and then I don't see a good way to rotate other than the man leaving center house, going north, and then coming around on a flank. That's really the only defensive rotation I see working out if they got to APC. But it looks like they're going to go push into the house now. Seth slowly creeping up. They're trying to minimize that sound footprint.
Yeah, they've slowly crept their way up over the last 3 minutes. Right up to the first major obstacle in their push towards objective. This house is a lot to deal with. Raz putting out some rounds. The first information for G-Men to react off of.
Seth now knows that there's at least one upstairs because he heard Poopachu make the call outs. First person here in Seth. Oh, Zach finding Cool Breeze at the burning.
What? Oh, Zach was holding that angle back there. Saved 404's life.
Seth is not opting to push into this house. He's checked both corners, knows the back hallway is clear. But I think all the sound that his team is making is confusing him a little bit. Checks his tablet, looks at his team. Is he gonna go in this door?
Still on the northwest corner of center house. Northwest corner of center house.
If anything, Poopachu's really baiting it. The comms up there are drawing Seth in.
Yeah, and that's a smart play. If you've got multiple players stacked up anywhere close to each other, to only have one of them do the talking.
4Q tried to put some rounds through the bushes onto 404. 404 is smoked and rotated now. What a crazy smoke. I was wondering why he would drop that there. And have that
Seth
gap
finds
to
the
cross.
man, but he doesn't find Raz. Ooh, Raz finds Raz as well.
Oh,
And 4Q, apparently he had a C4 out there.
the madman.
Brass with a triple. Well, 2.5 right now. He has to get this confirmed on a 4Q. Or he doesn't, because Stay Calm goes down. Poopachu. G-Men take map number 1, 4-2. Pretty even
Really good.
kills, though. I mean, if we're looking at the scoreboard,
Oh, yeah.
we're not seeing anyone do any carries. It's pretty well split, which I think is what you really want to see. You know, if you're working as a team, there shouldn't be just one man getting all the kills.
Yeah. And if you're still Team Bravo, to lose 4-2 on G-Men's map choice, not exactly the worst case, right? You know, you did well. You're not completely demoralized after a loss like that. Able to come back. I don't know if I agree with your choice of map. Picking Downfall against G-Men, but
You know, they've won 17 out of 17 rounds on Downfall. G-Men have definitely played it a lot more. 93 rounds out of 154. So, I don't know.
okay. Maybe still Team Bravo will prove to be the masters of the Downfall then.
Lower dumpster objective. We'll see if we get a quick spawn and everything just pops off right away.
Curious if we're going to see any subs come in from either team. Still Team Bravo doesn't seem to be bringing any new additions in, but G-Men are waiting for a fifth.
Gonna see some Dr. Leo Marvin. Is he one of the Downfall players? I can't remember.
It might be him. It might be...
Miracle Dev.
Yeah. Hey, I was about to say that.
Gotta keep up, NightFiree.
I personally like seeing that happen on teams. You know, I think it's you know, an interesting team dynamic where if you have certain players excel in certain maps, it's only the smart thing to do to bring in, you know, somebody that's more comfortable than another if you're all synced up as a full team. So really what that requires, if you want to be reliant on a sub, is that those subs are also just as keyed in and aware of all this practice, you know, that you're bringing them to scrims. It's a lot of work to have reservists, you know, in that capacity where you bring them in for certain maps.
Yeah, and it also throws off your, you know, your cohesion and your rhythm, in your match, because you've played a round already, you're amped up, ready to go, and you bring in someone that's been on the bench. Even if they were warming up, they're definitely not. I mean, nothing that you can do gets you like league match adrenaline levels. So maybe gun game with Mr. Death, but that one's pretty sweaty.
Well, that's what it matters, right?
It is. Yeah. Here we go. We're hopping into round number 1, map number 2. If you're just joining us, sit back and enjoy the show because this is going to be a great match.
Oh, this is an interesting spawn for SEAL Team Bravo. Old Marsoc. Certainly a quick spawn that can be pretty dang dangerous if the G-men aren't ready for it.
These defensive smokes are... I can't say that they all made it where they wanted them to go. Zach makes it up into the White House. They've got 2 on objective, 404, and the man just west of the objective, on the man on the road, and 404 at the church. SEAL Team Bravo opting to send someone in the South Hills. Who is that? OrQ? Nope.
Yeah? Oh.
Raz up in the South Hills. Does he have a sniper rifle? He does not.
I was just on board Cool Breeze in the FPS view, and he was dialed in onto the man. He had pretty good line of sight right onto the man's rotation. He saw him try and cross. He put some rounds onto it. And now the man, I don't know if he's pinned here or if this is where he wants to be. Zach finds a kill.
Zach finds Stay Calm in...
White House. Oh, that's what he was.
Yes, in the valley.
Oh my gosh, was he peeking those little cracks? I think he was, through the window.
Seth moving up to APC, nice and prone. Ooh, the call-outs come out for Raz.
Yeah, he spotted him.
Still a pretty hard shot to make, though. And if he stays up there, that forces the rest of the defense to keep their heads down and not peek those windows on the south side.
4 minutes. All right, 1 South Hills.
Yeah, and 404 is not really too keen on keeping a line of sight out here because there's so many different angles you have to cover on this hill.
SEAL Team Bravo getting a good spread now from spawn. They've got 1 in the South Hills. Seth and Seth and Cool Breeze up at the APC and North Bungalow. And OrQ rotating through the crater. I think he's going to go all the way around the north side and come down from the north end of the road. Let's see. And as I say that, he just hangs a left and goes right towards the middle of the map. It looks like they're trying to regroup over here by the APC.
An interesting avenue of approach for this objective, and especially with the man inside 3-story hotel.
Man peeks up, doesn't find the shots. There we go. Finds 4Q. Cool Breeze looking, trying to find him in the door, but the man does not stay in the same spot twice. Now downstairs peeking windows. The man is just trying to bait shots at this point. Like he's just running. He's not even trying to shoot anyone. He's just running past the windows and showing enough of his body that someone can shoot at him. Raz putting smokes out on the South Hills. I don't know if that's gonna help him get down from there. I don't see him making it down from the hill that direction. Lots of shots ringing out. Frags coming out from the man.
You really got action being split here. 404 on the back is watching Raz. Seth and Cool Breeze being eyed down by 3 G-men. SEAL Team Bravo are being pretty well covered right now by this G-men team as Raz goes down.
Yeah, his smoke ran out. He started to make a break for it. Did not have any cover. And even if he hadn't made it, he'd still have to deal with Zach in the white building making a cross towards the objective, so I don't know if he had the best approach going. Now, all 5 members of G-Men still up on the defense. Seth goes down going around the corner.
I think he was trying to rotate back to Cool Breeze. He wanted to help Cool Breeze try and suss out where the enemies were through those windows instead of being exposed on that rock wall like he was. But the rotation doesn't pay off, and now Cool Breeze is all alone.
Yeah,
Feeling the cool breeze of loneliness.
All alone in the middle of the desert. 404 now making it to Brothel Dark Room. Cool Breeze making a rotation. I don't know if anyone saw him do that. There we go. Zach sees him. I was wondering where Zach was.
And I wonder if SEAL Team Bravo are second-guessing their map choice after a 5-man alive G-men defensive win.
Yeah, I would be.
We have seen them be resilient, though. Not necessarily fold after a tough round, so curious to see what they do on defense. This objective certainly, I don't know, man. Downfall is weird.
Well, so, everyone says that it's Volk heavy, right? But it's Volk favored for defensive rounds. But we played a scrim the other day, and it was all Marsoc rounds.
Yeah, I think the meta shifted a bit on Downfall. Yes, it is very much in the hands of Volk because they have time in most cases to set up, but I just think we're seeing teams react better out the gate off of certain spawns. They have plans in motion where they know that they're going to be able to deny full vision, and they cross quickly and get to positions much more efficiently than players have in the past. And yeah, I think it's shifting a little bit into Marsoc certainly having favorable spawns that can really impact how you approach an objective quite a lot.
And I think after the terrain changes happened in 1.6-ish, that definitely added a lot of usable areas to the map. You could get low and prone and hop into round number 2. Yeah, you see what I did there? See that?
Wow.
Yeah.
You didn't even give me a chance to sync up with you.
But yeah, you can get in a lot more places now without being seen.
Mirror spawns for the G-Men squad here. See how they approach objective in comparison to SEAL Team Bravo. SEAL Team Bravo did manage to get one into the 3-story hotel, unlike G-Men.
He's really lucky. I saw those lasers on him as he made that cross. So definitely not a mirrored defense, but pretty close. Eventually the man made it into center hotel. So we've got 1 in center hotel, 2 on objective, 1 in white building. And is he going to find a kill? He should find a kill on Brass to Mouth right now. That's his whole job. But he's not peeking the window.
Similar push, honestly, from G-Men, just done a lot faster, and they're investing a little bit wider on that rotation along the north side.
Yeah, and I think that's the smarter play from this objective, getting all the way away from the objective and, you know, making it harder to see and shoot you is the smart move. Plus, once you get to the north end of that street, that west street, you've got so much more cover. You can bound from building to building instead of having to come down an open hill from APC. Staycom throwing a flash out.
Oh, he's worried.
Doesn't look like SEAL Team Bravo's getting peeky. I mean, no one's looking out windows so that they can get their heads taken off by these guys in the North Hotel now. They're scanning everything. You can see these blue lasers just sweeping the map.
The man's up here with the shield too, so he's just kind of running around trying to bait out shots, calling out anything to 404. They spot nothing on roofs or in 3-story, and I think now they're gonna get out of here on this.
Yeah, you see a lot of people, you know, take that North Hotel and then just invest a ton of time trying to find something from there. And really what the G-Men are doing right now is, okay, we scanned it, we don't see anything, we're moving on. Then that's the safer play because then you can keep pushing that objective. Because if the rest of your team dies and you're stuck on the roof of North Hotel, not only are you in a bad spot, but your team is going to be mad at you.
Yeah.
404 now in the lower red truck, still scanning those windows. He's looking at that objective dark room now. The man is just kind of hanging out, waiting for him to come along and move. I think he's going to go on his own now. The man is pushing up towards the west.
Yeah, pretty much.
There we go. Tag team moving up to the west street now. G-Man's going to have a pretty hard approach.
You're looking at Brass and Staycom here right now. Brass on the window, blind fires around and gets the kill.
Wait, how did you can get up on that side of that building?
I think he slow crawled his way. See how he's moving right now? I think he slow crawled all the way up the backside here.
Man.
Wrapped all the way around and then got that kill. I mean, it happened that whole time we were watching the north rotation. You know, he had plenty of time. Now look at the angle he's got here, down onto objective building, or at least oh no, he's not on objective building. He's shooting the backside where 404 likes to sit.
Raz, no 4Q in the upper dumpster dark room, looking over here, trying to find where those shots are coming from. I'm not sure if Brass is actually shooting at anybody. I think he's just kind of being a distraction. As the man and 404 are now on the west side coming around. Shots ringing out from Seth Bowden.
Yeah, one in dark room. Hey, I got smoke.
I'm moving.
Can we? All right, let's go.
404 takes some shots, has the pop, smoke, and needle.
Hey, let's go.
The man and 404 is just walking behind the man with that smoke.
All right, I got it.
I've never seen this done before.
Trade between Miracle Dev and 4Q. Yeah, on the backside there. Brass to mouth now just pumping out the suppressive fire. Smokes have been dumped onto objectives, so audio suppression is there, and Raz finds 404 through the smoke.
Just shot right into the center of that smoke and took him down. Three on three, 2 on objective, and they're coming up hard as Cool Breeze is downstairs.
Yeah. This is going to be a backside push. They're going to try and cap from underneath. If they can snag Cool Breeze, it's going to be a huge what if, though, as Zach approaches in.
Cool Breeze at C4! Oh, how? That C4. Great play. Raz finds Brass, and now it's all up to the man. Drops his shield.
15 seconds. Probably not going to make the magic happen. All Seth needs to do is just keep pumping out that suppressive fire, and SEAL Team Bravo with the kill to finish it off. Grab themselves their Marsoc round. 3 left alive. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't see any, we shouldn't have done that plays. Like, everything that SEAL Team Bravo did there was like textbook defensive positions. They held their angles. They didn't peek. Yeah, I think we're gonna see a nice 7-round map here.
It's gonna be a long downfall series, but it'll be engaging as this series has been so far. Pretty fun one to tune into if you are just dropping by. Make sure to hit that follow button and that subscribe button if you got Twitch Prime. Also a shout out to those dropping the bits. Parzival, #1 right now with 1,000. Appreciate you.
So we're moving on. Not very far. We're just going to the other dumpster building. So we're going to probably see a lot of the same defensive positions. The only difference is on this one you spawn in the valley. So you have to run to your objective.
Yeah. That 3-story is not necessarily an option unless you invest some utility and roll the dice.
Yeah, and roll the dice. What we probably are going to see is G-Men take up positions at the Marsoc Rocks as we hop into round
number
3. We're so on it today.
It's really good.
North Center spawn, the 4 SEAL Team Bravo, right behind that hotel. Should give them the ability to cross either direction. Here we go, G-Men splitting, throwing those defensive smokes so they can make this early cross to the objective. Zach once again in the white building. The man and 404 up on the Marsoc area. Looking for that spawn.
We got a 4-man crash right here on the east side. Excuse me, west side. Does get identified. Cool Breeze gonna have to try and smoke here, but he can cross. Shots just missed his tail side. That's a pretty unfortunate smoke landing there.
I really like how Cool Breeze threw it and crossed and left everyone behind. Didn't redirect the smoke, didn't place it in a way that it would cover the cross. He just throws it, runs with it, and goes.
4Q does die as a result. Cool Breeze now may, oh no, come around for this res. That's gonna risk his life.
I think he's dark room, Max. Don't come for me. I'm just going to smoke it.
Yeah, that res is not going to happen. 4Q called it off. Seth Bowden here hasn't even left spawn. He's still at the North Hotel. Now he's pushing towards the east. Oh, the res does happen.
I think that was because Cool Breeze put out the suppressive fire. All engines firing on all cylinders, but Zach able to pick up a refrag on the tail end.
We're putting down suppressing fire for 4Q across. Raz finds Zach in the white building. Nice long range pick. Actually, I think he was outside the white building. Nope, he was definitely in the window.
Wow. That is a really nice long-range pickup, an important one too. It opens up that back ravine for a rotation if they end up sending one and investing in that far east side.
Seth still making his way up the east side very slowly. Not a lot of cover once you get to that east church. to get from there towards the Marsoc twins, especially when he knows these shots are coming out from the Marsoc twins. Another dangerous cross here. 4Q and Cool Breeze gonna have to cross from Heli Bungalow to Center Hotel, which is a wide open space with great sightlines from Marsoc twins. Really what they need to do is wait for their Eastern player to engage or shoot and cross, as Cool Breeze does make the cross. Nobody's peeking this. It looks like they're not even gonna worry about it. They're just gonna wait until they make the cross from Center Hotel to the lower dumpster building.
2:15 on the clock. SEAL Team Bravo kind of in an awkward position, trapped on that wall right now. They need to get out of there, push up to 3-story hotel, and then start to make their moves and look for the picks, but they're just not quite up there yet.
Yeah, they're doing shoot and move, you know, bounding methods, but they're spending a lot of time doing it. They're not rapidly moving and then setting and then moving again. Shots are ringing out from Miracle Dev. He's down 2 mags now. We got 2 left.
Raz about to be in a little bit of hurt here if he pushes out from around this car.
That's a lot of yellow lasers. They're all that's like scanning the car. There's the smoke. Oh, left-handed smoke, right-handed gun. Nope. Gets pushed back. C4 goes off on the south or on the west side of West Bungalow, West Dumpster. The smoke is out, but if he doesn't take the cross, he's gonna run out of smoke cover.
Seth's still working his way up here on the north. He might find 404 soon while the chaos reigns in.
Yeah, and that's some really good timing there. He finds 404, but now he's got to deal with another, and the man finds him.
What a huge pickup from the man. If that went down, it would have been bad news. Raz pushed up in the meantime, close to objective.
Raz reading that code, getting ready to type it in. Brass finds Cool Breeze. The man revives 404. Raz peeks up. Gets shot in the back by Miracle Dev. They did not clear the lower dumpster building. Now the last member, 4Q, goes down. The man. G-Men hold their defensive round.
This formula works for the G-Men squad. All they got to do is keep trading Marsoc or trading Volk rounds, and they will win second map in the series. So, not a strategy that can keep going on for SEAL Team Bravo, but they do need to get their Volk round next, and then try and snag a Marsoc W.
Yeah, I want to say I would have invested another player on the east side. Because if you send one, what does he do? He gets to Marsoc Twins and possibly clears it, and then he has to stay there, or he clears it and moves on. You know, so I think having two, so you have one, push it. Plus, it's just hard to, you know, deal with two buildings with one guy. So I say you send two there. Once they're clear, you leave one there, and then you keep rotating the other guy down to the valley.
Another full minute and a half between rounds as they hash out their strategies to try and figure out this approach against the SEAL Team Bravo defense. G-Men getting a pretty long spawn. Actually, that's a mirror spawn, isn't it?
It is the mirrored spawn. Is that what you do in the minute and a half in the tent? You actually write down strategies and stuff? I thought we just played Hangman on the board.
Well, you know, it varies between team to team, but I'm sure with how intense this matchup is, SEAL Team Bravo and G-Men both want to be utilizing that time to make sure all the strats are in order.
Here comes the cross into the lasers, and he goes down.
There's a reason that G-Men smoke that when they try and go for that push and they try and go for that cross, and it's because they like to watch for that cross and get the kill there. Cool Breeze is in an interesting spot, though.
Yes, he is, and I've seen this position used before. It works up until the point where they get on either side of you, or you peek the corner and get shot in the head. 404 ready for that, apparently. And that's such a tight angle that 404 had. I would have expected him to get shot from the west side. SEAL Team Bravo definitely going to be feeling the pressure with only one man on objective. But they do have the, you know, coverage from White Building. If Raz stays alive, there are shots ringing out on his building right now. But he's really the best defense that they have. Oh, wow. Okay. Shots from Stay Calm. Did he just call him dead? One dead in the South Hills? Because that is incorrect. And I'm surprised Zach, that is Zach, right? Yeah, I'm surprised Zach made it that far, all the way around the east side of the map.
The man, again, just being bait almost. Runs around with that shield, draws in the shots, and then tucks in, and now they have information on two defensive positions. They know there's one up north, they know there's one in White House.
Zach actually has that sniper rifle too, so he's very dangerous on the South Hills.
Yeah, this is not good for Bravo. To lose two on your defensive round when you know that you need to keep trading Volk rounds, it's a tough moral hit a little bit right now, and I'm wondering if SEAL Team Bravo can still stay locked in on this round. I think a cap's probably on G-Men's mind at this point.
404 finds Stay Calm in the Marsoc South, and now there's only two members of SEAL Team Bravo, one on objective and one in White Building. If there is enough chaos and smoke, this could totally be a cap. There are 5 members of G-Men still standing.
I just don't think G-Men are really thinking cap, to be honest. They don't seem to be rushing to get into that position where they can put the smokes out. Now they do start to move as I say that, grab that middle hotel building. And
well, I don't even think they need to. I mean, Zach's on the South Hills, and if he pushes more towards the west, he'll have a clean line onto Seth in the objective room. I think that might be what they're waiting for, is Zach to come around, because Raz won't be able to see him.
Well, that smoke's going to deny a little vision on the Seth if they do try and peek in through there.
Zach rushing in now from the South Hills, just popping smoke. I think he's trying to be a distraction, draw some.
Brass to Mouth is rushing in too. He's on the corner of objective building.
Zach now shooting at the White Building, trying to draw Raz out. Brass moving that smoke. Smoke's all over objective. Ooh, I don't know if that's a good replacement, but that should work. Brass is going to get tablet out. Zach takes down Raz. Last man standing on defense. Seth here has no idea.
Wow.
G-Men take map number 2.
What an interesting score line. That doesn't... I don't know what it is about Onward that we say this so much, but the scoreline does not reflect the quality of the match. You know, 4-2 on map 1, 4-1 on map 2. it didn't feel that one-sided to me. It felt like SEAL Team Bravo were in the series a lot closer than that.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think it's the cap. The caps make a big difference because you know, you could still get capped on. I've seen, 5 up 1 attacker, and you could still get capped on. That the scoreboard does not tell the story of what happened in that round. And map number 3 is gonna be Quarantine. Should be a good one.
I know we didn't look at it at the start like we should have, but we'll briefly take a gander at the overall votes. Honestly, SEAL Team Bravo, we're definitely going to be playing spoiler in this series. G-Men 47-7. I don't know what that says about the community's faith in the G-Men squad, but...
Yeah.
I
think that, in my opinion, we need to change the voting a bit, because people voting for themselves just needs to not be counted, in my opinion.
But what if...
If I voted for the other team, though, that should totally count. We're going to lose this matchup. I'm going to get those connoisseur points.
Yeah, right? Shoot. Start people throwing matches to get their connoisseur ranking up more. No. Yeah, to that point, you shouldn't be able to vote on your matchup either way.
Yes. Yeah, because it says 7 are favoring SEAL Team Bravo, but it's actually only...
We'll get the word to our...
4? 4Q, Cool Breeze, and Raz.
Website admin.
Yeah.
And that in place. I'm sure it'll be easy.
And you're not allowed to vote for G-Men either, so you're out of that.
What?
So we're taking...
That's BS. I'm not on that team. I don't know those guys. I'm not actually wearing a G-Men t-shirt right now during this cast.
Oh, yeah? What are you wearing, NightFiree?
It's definitely not a G-Men t-shirt. I can assure you that it's not one of those.
Hey, you can't really knock them because they're comfy.
And it's kind of like,
it's kind of like round 1 on map number 3.
Oh, you couldn't even keep up with that. Look at all these smokes from SEAL Team Bravo. 4 invested here in the cross for Seth.
Super concerned about... That's 5, NightFiree. There are 5 there.
You know we can't count here.
You're not red-green colorblind, right? You see the green smoke?
Yeah, I see it. I also see the quick spawn for G-Men. They're already here on this west side.
Yeah, Cool Breeze is in a terrible position. He couldn't find cover, and Zach finds him. 404 and Zach both in the burning center already. Yeah, very worried about this north spawn to make that east cross. The man with the nade.
He knew right where he was. That's exactly where he wanted to put it. He wanted to nade garage, and he couldn't have thrown a better one. Raz is down. Wow.
And just like last round, that's 2 down in less than a minute.
Yeah.
Now they do have pretty good defense still on the objective, because you can't cap the ambulance objective without... Oh no! Seth shoots Raz.
Weird.
But he does not want him giving callouts anymore.
He was getting tired of his voice.
He's probably on the radio a little too much. Maybe he's holding the button down, you gotta kill those guys. But as I was saying before the random team kill, you can't cap this objective without coming out from the ambulance wall a little bit.
Right.
So as long as Seth puts rounds on that corner when smoke happens, but that might not help if it's the man, because if the man has his shield, he could still just walk up in there and cap. What we're not seeing that I find a little weird is that G-Men aren't now pushing to the rest of the map. They're all still trying to come up this one direction. Brass finds Stay Calm on the wing.
They're just picking apart the defense a little bit by little bit, and they don't have to rush it. This isn't There's still 4 minutes left on the clock. They got plenty of time. 4Q, a nice denial on the retake. Does find 4Q's head.
And now the last defender up in the hills. No, he opts to come down the hill and is running towards objective. It's going to be an easy kill if anyone pushes on the south side. Brass now doing that. Brass sees him. Seth finds him though, but he gets refragged. No, those shots not finding him either. 404 finally finds him on his run to the objective. G-Men taking round number 1.
You know, that quick spawn really helped them. Threw off the Steel Team Bravo's initial defensive rotation. They were anticipating, if anything, it's going to be quick, the north spawn. And they just got a little bit caught off guard from that west approach.
That objective is just so hard to defend, right? Because there's no cover around it.
It's awkward.
I mean, if you're on objective, you can get grenaded. If you're off objective, they can cap. So what do you do? Honestly, on that one, I feel like the best offense is, or best defense is a good offense that time. But we'll see what G-Men do now on their defensive posture. They have already won, so this is just for the MMR. And I feel like that's going to give G-Men the ability to get a little bit more aggressive, be a little pushier, move up into Tank Courtyard for defense or into Burning Center, and have a much more spread defense. But I don't know if they're going to. Just saying they have the possibility. We're going to hop into round number 2 on map number 3. Couple of defensive smokes, one landing on the roof. I think that those smokes made it where they wanted them to go to cover that cross. You really only need it at the end of the cross, but SEAL Team Bravo also having the quick spawn. G-Men opting to push 2 out towards the west. Brass to mouth and the man. Brass looking through those plane windows. The man peeking the corner.
Oh, that gives away that quick spawn.
Brass finds Cool Breeze. Brass finds the man, though.
He might be able to catch a rotation out from Miracle Dev if he's fortunate enough to peek up and look over this corner, but he doesn't. Miracle Dev's on a crazy rotation right now. I don't think he's expecting Seth over here either.
Yeah. I think they were trying to pinch that aggressive push. They assumed that everyone was going to do what they did and come right through the Twin Village area, and that's not what SEAL Team Bravo did. They're definitely pushing a little bit more like what I was thinking, where, yeah, you've got the quick spawn, you push a couple guys up there and you get those picks, but you don't just funnel into that. You got to take the rest of the map. You've got all of this map to work with, people. It's not just a straight line from spawn to objective.
And that rooftop is super helpful to defend on this objective, or attack, excuse me, because you have some pretty good lines of sight right into a lot of common defensive positions. He does have to worry about who is that over there? I think it's 404 taking a look up at the rooftop and getting angles there, but I don't know if 404 is really watching that.
I'm not really sure what. That seems really a really off position. He's looking back at the objective. Brass and Staycom trading headshots.
Alright, Brass fucking straight, I'm coming out.
Now 4-4 is
There's the
rotating back.
Yeah.
Zach finds Seth. 4Q putting shots onto the south wing, not finding the guy. 2-on-2 now.
I was going to say the rotation from 404 is insanely risky, but with only 2 left alive on SEAL Team Bravo, he should be able to do that pretty safely.
.4Q once again shooting at Zach on the wing, just trying to keep him tucked back in. 404 can guard the objective, but at this point, that's about all he can do. The rest of the map could move around wherever. And Zach has to be worried about whoever was shooting at him on the roof, someone pushing up on his left. At this point, he has to be worried about someone pushing up on his right into the dunes because 404 is looking back at the objective now. Q moving up to APC.
I don't think 4Q is aware of 404's position.
Yeah, I definitely think he's an unknown to them at this point. No one... He didn't take any shots from over there, did he, at the East 2 story?
I don't think so, no.
And with that last trade, there probably isn't an accurate kill count on either side.
Green car?
2:15 on the clock. 4Q checking all his bases before he makes his move up here. And I think 404's angle is probably the best one to have right now.
Pretty sure 404 called out Raz at the green car, but Raz should be able to see him. He sees him, takes the shots. Cannot find him at that distance.
I put a whole clip into dude on tank.
Good shots from 404. And as soon as he shot those, he rotates, and that's because 4Q also reacting off those shots, and he's going to be looking for the backside of 404 here. But he's only got a minute 40 left, and to be way over here on this west side doesn't exactly give him all the time in the world to work with. This rotation, though, might work. I don't think they're going to be ready for this.
I think he's got a good approach. If he goes into the dunes, he just has to do it quickly. If he goes into the dunes, runs down the dunes, because he knows that someone's on the plane wing still. Or at least assumes so, because that's where he was being shot at from. But he'll have an easy line on a Zach here, who's just sitting on the hill now watching the gazebo. And then 404... See, 404 still might be the unknown because they don't know where he's at, and he'll probably run right past that wall going for the objective. Oh, he runs out of ammo, has to reload. Hits Zach.
Doesn't kill him, though. Worst case scenario for 4Q. 40 seconds left now. They know where he is. 404 is on the rotation looking for the shots.
Oh, 404 takes some shots, forces 4Q to rotate his vision. He finds him, though.
Ooh. 4Q might be able to run this back if he doesn't invest too much time trying to kill.
If he doesn't kill himself with that grenade! Oh my god! I'm sad. I'm sorry. That's bad.
I mean, the disappointment is so thick there for so many reasons, right? He goes to shoot the guy on the wing, pick up that kill, and totally change that round into the favor of SEAL Team Bravo. And to run out to hear the click of your mag.
I'm not sure what headset 4Q is playing on, but that's the second time in a casted match that I've seen him try and throw a grenade and it just hits the ground. Just like hits it and rolls right in front of him. So, you know, I think at this point, SEAL Team Bravo should invest in some grenade training for him or just ban him like Parzival. He's no longer allowed to touch a grenade at all, not even a smoke.
Either way, another round into the hands of G-Men. It's our next objective, looking like far north, it seems. This one's certainly hard to cap, which is what I was kind of trying to get at, because G-Men might be thinking cap right now to try and snag round map 3.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. It is pretty hard to cap, but it's really easy once you start dropping players on objective to force those rotations. So I don't know. I think it's just an easy kill them all and get the point.
Sure.
Here we go. Round number 3. Go.
Just Dacument. He's taking like 3 rounds away from 3 different teams. Just based on nature. That's why they had to put a message
South spawn for G-Men, looking at that roof. Let's see. Here we go. Raz gonna run right up into it. Oh, and he goes down. Zach Fontaine with a headshot.
The firing squad and the number of lasers directed there. They were just waiting for that.
Such a hard angle.
Yeah, that's a new... Usually people get that spawn, and they just sprint straight to burning. It's interesting to see them invest in dropping back, getting up onto that plane wing, and sitting there looking for those kills.
Now G-Men pushing up in the east side of the map. They're sending one up to the crater. Cool Breeze in a very exposed position. Oh, that's the man. I see. I just saw the shield just run across the crater. And I was like, oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense why someone's just running over there. That shield at a long distance. And okay, there's the call. I was like, I don't know if Cool Breeze didn't see him or just didn't call him out. That finds Seth with a white car. And the rest of the team is slowly encroaching. That one shield on the north wall has distracted all of those defenders.
Well, they don't really have too much else to look at from where they are, right? They can't really push out and try and take a gander at what's happening up on this north rooftop. And because of where they're positioned, they're sort of giving up a lot of ground that G-Men can easily walk up into and threaten them from.
Cool Breeze getting danger close to 404's laser as he makes a couple of rotations around the semi.
Jeez, the man's just sitting here calling out directly where Cool Breeze is. 404 knew exactly where Cool Breeze was that whole time.
Now the man running up towards the north wall. Gonna put pressure on that last defender on the objective. Ooh, and Nate goes out over the wall. But if he puts pressure on this guy, Stay Calm has to, look at him from that crack, and that's going to be an easy kill from White Car or any of the other team members. Yeah, he is. Stay Calm is pinned in that corner. 4-4 is just running up towards the objective. Oh, we might see a cap. Yeah. 4-4 has eyes pinned on him, pulls tablet out.
Yeah, they're going to keep Stay Calm suppressed. The man's drawing his attention. Brass kills 4Q. That might cause rotation from Stay Calm, which costs 404 his life.
They have him pinned down so well.
He can't punch it in.
Cannot get the code. Gives up. Stay Calm makes the rotation out. I want to know what happened. 404
I saw 404 shake his hand, so I almost wonder if the tracking just wasn't working for him as he was prone, trying to punch in the code, and so he just said, F it, and went for the kills.
That was such a good play that
Yeah.
If people are shooting at you in Onward and they're not actually hitting you, assume someone's capping on you. Nobody in this game shoots that bad. Wow, okay. We're getting right into the next round.
Yeah. Ooh, a quick spawn for SEAL Team Bravo.
I don't know if that's a good thing. That is not a great spawn for this objective.
No, it's not. It's a tough one to work with. And it looks like they're gonna go
right for
into it. Roll the dice.
Shoot out at the OK Corral.
I wonder if this will work.
Oh. They peeked it and then gave up on it. Are they confused? Are they arguing
No,
over there? What's happening?
They're kind of joking around. Raz is yelling. He's scared. He doesn't want to go either one of the ways, and he just gets scooped up by Brass. They're not too bent out of shape about the loss. I think they know where they're at with this series, at least, and they don't seem to be too concerned. Down 3-0 right now as Brass finds one, finds two.
Wow.
In their bed.
It makes you wonder why, if this is what they're capable of,
Ooh,
it doesn't
nice.
happen more often.
Portkey with a nice headshot there.
Yeah, that was right over the hood of that car.
Evening it out slowly but surely. 4 G-Men still up, and in a very, very big defensive spread here. We've got one in the Volk twins. That. Miracle Dev going on the rotation. What is the man doing? He just keeps shooting in the Northwest 5 story.
Probably a little bored.
I think so.
Oh, he's messing around with 404. I think he was trying to put rounds over his head.
Miracle Dev now pushing up on the south side of Glass. Gonna find 4Q real easy here if 4Q is not looking, which doesn't look like he is. Go pushes across, sees him, takes the shots. 4Q goes down. Last member standing. Seth Bowden at the RV.
Oh, I thought Seth had given up all hope and was going to blow himself up with the grenade. But...
Sometimes. But a miracle that finds him on the backside in a long defensive flank. And G-Men take map number 3, 4-0. Brass with 8 kills.
An exciting series to drop into. As said before, scoreline doesn't reflect good quality action between both teams. SEAL Team Bravo, honestly, to be competing like this against G-Men and to, really force them to put in a good effort to get the W, it's pretty dang good for their first season in the league to be able to apply that kind of pressure.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm definitely looking forward to casting a couple more of their matches just because they're so much fun to watch. They have different, they play differently than a lot of teams we see, and they're definitely on my list of teams I like to see. I like to play against them. I like to watch them. They're just all around good team. But I think I think
we have taking a check here. Yeah, we do have more action on Master League 3. If you do want to go support our casters in training, Xandria and Control Flirt Delete are doing a cast over there. I believe that is Sinister Pride versus Spaces Aces. 37-1. At least somebody believes in Spaces Aces.
Spaces Aces being the Canadian VR arcade team that came back this season after being off a season or two. So shout out to them for coming back and staying in the league. We appreciate all the new teams.
Yeah, it's good action across the board. Also, shout out to our sister league, Echo Arena VRML. They also have matches going on over there if you want to go tune in and take a gander at some Echo Arena action. And lastly, a shout out to Virtual Athletics League, running a pistol whip tournament right now over on their website. We are in partnership with them, so feel free to go over there and get involved in some pistol whip goodness, because it's a very competitive environment.
I will warn you, if you think crouching and Onward is bad, you're gonna need to do a lot of stretching before you play some pistol whip.
Very true. Very true. I think that's all I got, Trip.
Yep, that's it for us at the casting desk. It's your caster, I'm NightFiree. That's Triple Nipple, and we're getting out of here. We'll see you all tomorrow.